run a marketing agency, and when I audited my own website for AI search visibility, I found something that most businesses and most agencies would never think to check. Every major AI search crawler, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, you name it, was being blocked from my website by an invisible security layer that's invisible. And here is what makes this dangerous. There was no alert, no notification, no error on my website. Everything looked fine. But to AI search engines, my website didn't exist. Hi, I'm Pahuna. I run Flagraphia, a digital marketing agency at the intersection of AI, marketing, and psychology. And in this channel, I share what I'm learning about the evolving search and AI. In the last video, I broke down how AI search is changing the way buyers discover businesses. Instead of scrolling through 10 pages of results, people are asking ChatGPT or Perplexity who's the best at X, Y, or Z, which is the product or service, and getting a curated shortlist, maybe 3 or 4 names with reasons. If AI crawlers can't reach your website, you're not on that list. Your competitors are, you're not. And the technical checklist most people follow, it's necessary, but what I found, it's not enough. Let me show you why. When I did an AI visibility audit for my own website, I went through 3 technical layers. Number 1, robots.txt. This is the file that tells crawlers which part of your site they can access. Most people only think about Googlebot or Bingbot, but AI search crawlers are different. ChatGPT uses OAI SearchBot, Anthropic uses ClaudeBot, Perplexity uses PerplexityBot. Each one needs explicit permission. 2. Structured data. Schema markup that defines who you are, what you do, your expertise. This gives AI systems the structured content they need to understand and cite your business accurately. 3. Server level crawler settings. Most hosting platforms now have specific settings for AI crawler access. You need to make sure those are enabled. When I audited my own website, all 3 layers were set up correctly. Robots.txt, open. Structured data, implemented. Server settings, enabled. And that's where most agencies or people would stop. Audit complete, everything looks good. I suspected there was something more going on, so I didn't stop there. I ran a crawl simulation, a test that shows you exactly what AI crawlers see when they try to access your site. And every single one came back blocked. Access denied. Everything was configured correctly, and none of it was working. So I went deeper, and I did find the problem in a layer that many would not even know exists. If your website is hosted on a managed or shared server, where a lot of businesses' websites are, there is a security system that sits above your website, upstream. It is designed to protect the server from malicious bots, automated threats, etc., and for good reason. But here's the thing. AI search has evolved faster than most hosting security has adapted. Many of these upstream systems were built before AI search crawlers existed. They may not distinguish between a malicious bot trying to attack your site and a legitimate AI search crawler trying to read your content. They may block both. So your robot.txt says, welcome. Your structured data says, hey, here is who I am. Your server settings say AI crawlers allowed. But the security layer above all of that is intercepting those crawlers before they even reach your website and sending them a bot verification challenge they can't pass. You've unlocked your front door, turned on the lights, put on a welcome mat, but there is a security system at the building entrance that won't let your visitor pass the lobby. They never reach your door, and you never know they tried. That's what may be happening to a significant number of business websites right now. Well, I can only assume if it happened to mine, and the owners may have no idea. And here is what makes this particularly frustrating. There is no notification from your hosting provider. Nothing shows up in your analytics. Your Google rankings can be fine. Your website works perfectly for human visitors. It's only invisible to AI. Silently, completely invisible. So how do you find out if this is happening to your website? Well, step 1. Run a crawl simulation. There are free bot tools that let you test exactly how AI search crawlers experience your site. You can also check your server access logs. Look for user agents like OAI SearchBot, CloudBot, PerplexityBot. If you're seeing 403 errors or CAPTCHA challenges for these crawls, you have found the problem. Step 2. Check your hosting provider's security settings. Look for web application firewall settings or bot protection controls. Some platforms let you whitelist specific crawlers. If yours does, whitelist the AI search crawler by name. Step 3. And this is the one I would assume most people miss. Contact your hosting provider directly. If the security sits at the hosting level or upstream, you may not be able to change it from your dashboard. You may need to tell them explicitly, allow search AI crawlers through your security layer, and see if that works. When I found this on my own site, that's exactly what I had to do. The fix wasn't really in my website settings. It wasn't in my robots.txt. It was a conversation with my hosting provider that led me to the clarity that something upstream was blocking AI crawlers. And for better control of my website, I decided to move my server to a VPS. Once that upstream block was resolved, the AI crawlers could finally reach the content I had built. If you're realizing that you haven't checked this on your own site, subscribe. And here is why this matters more than just one technical fix. We're in a moment where AI search is evolving faster than the infrastructure most businesses sit on. Hosting security systems were built before AI search crawlers existed. They haven't caught up entirely. And this is one of the key gaps that separates businesses that are visible in AI search from businesses that aren't. It's not always about content, though it's important, and we'll come to that. It's not always about SEO, though that is also important, and if you've done your SEO well in the past, it may help you now. Sometimes it's a technical barrier you did not know was there, sitting in a layer you never looked at. AI search visibility isn't just about what's on your website. It's about making sure your website is actually reachable by the systems that are deciding which businesses get recommended. Technical visibility is the foundation. Without it, nothing else you build really matters. So, in the AMP framework that I discussed in my previous video that I've been kind of like building and refining, which is AI, marketing, infrastructure, and psychology, AI visibility is the technical foundation. But here's what I've learned doing this work. Fixing crawler access is the moment most people stop. You check that box and you move on to the next step, because there is a difference between a site AI can reach and a site AI actually references in its answers. Getting in the door is not the same as getting cited, and the gap is where most businesses are quietly losing. So, in the next video, I'm going into the content layer, which is the marketing architecture in the AMP framework or the AMP framework. What your pages actually need to look like for AI to extract them, trust them, put your name in the answer. No theory, it's just something I'm learning and refining and doing it on my own website. So you can see exactly what changes and why. See you next week. Bye.